Hello. Proverbs 3 verse 6 reads, "In all your ways acknowledge him." It's important to adhere to God's standards and edicts, not just because we ultimately benefit, but because it's the right thing to do. When our attitude isn't motivated by reward, we will find ourselves blessed all the more. Nonetheless, as we acknowledge him, we find ourselves welcomed into his inner sanctuary, and the blueprint for our lives unfolds then. Quite recently, I watched a film called The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel. It's very entertaining, not least because Maggie Smith and Judi Dench appear in it. There was a scene where an Indian girl was sweeping the floor, and Muriel Donnelly, that was Maggie Smith, speaks to her. And the girl ended up inviting Muriel back to her home to meet her family and eat with them. This hospitality is because Muriel acknowledges the sweeper. It seems that no one else even spoke to her because she was deemed as lower class in Indian culture. How many of us know that social classes still exist in the modern Western world? I was brought up in an environment where snobbishness existed. Fortunately, we managed to identify this attitude as wrong, wrong, wrong. As a Christian, I could see how ugly it was when this class distinction reared its ugly head in church. Hey, church is supposed to be where you feel accepted, right? There's one woman I have repeatedly found looking down her nose at me. She makes her contempt very obvious. I wonder how she manages to read her Bible and sing from the hymn book while nursing such a horrible attitude. James 2:3 reads, "You pay attention to the one wearing the fine clothes and say to him, 'You sit here in a good place,' and to the poor man, 'You stand there,' or 'Sit here at my footstool.'" Oh, we mightn't put it in those exact words in today's culture, but the reality is that many established churchgoers have become expert at sidelining people that they don't like. I've spoken to quite a few people over the years who no longer attend fellowship because they got sick of the way they're treated when they do go. This brings about a stagnation in the church social culture. People don't like being rejected. Do you? I don't. And when we see cliques and clannishness and we're being excluded, it will affect whether we will return to that fellowship. If you take any kind of pleasure in seeing the back of someone just because of a whim of your own, there will be a lack of blessing in your own life. The Lord has no favorites. He is no respecter of persons. When we show contempt for another person, we show contempt for their Maker also. When we fail to acknowledge him, he will leave the building too, and he won't come back.